Without further ado, Armand and Angelina.
So we're going to go into our meditation time now, but before I do, I want to thank the staff that showed up here today and helped make today as easy as possible given my current situation, especially Tony helping carry stuff in, and Marquis and Angelina getting the sound real quickly set up for us, and Janet doing all the behind the scenes work to make everything happen. And so it's really been really helpful to us because we're used to doing everything on our own. We show up, we do it all, and to let go of some of that and let a fatherly man come and help me with his son hurting. That was really appreciative. So that's awesome. So we're going to do a song called Peace in Every Moment. It's very easy. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. We'll sing that 4 times, and then we'll go into a meditation. Peace I am. Peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Join us if you'd like. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. And we invite you to breathe these words in. Peace I am. In all circumstances, I can find the peace of God. As we quiet the mind and relax the body, we allow the still small voice of God to become amplified, quieting the noise and the distraction, allows us to focus in on the truth of who we are. Perfectly divine, holy children of God. Peace is our birthright. Peace is our holy state of mind. Allow the music now to take you on your very own sacred journey into the peace of God. Very gently now, begin to bring your attention to this holy space, this sacred sanctuary where we gather for connection, to remind ourselves and each other of our beauty and divinity. Where we recharge our connection to Great Spirit and take that connection and consciousness into the world at large to uplift and inspire. Thank you, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, Goddess, all that is. We are grateful for your love and peace, and so it is. Angelina will now lead us in singing the Lord's Prayer, and I will speak the Aramaic.
Our Creator,
Avun de Washmaya,
which art in heaven,
Need Gadashmach,
hallowed be
Tete Malkuta,
thy name. Thy kingdom come,
Nechwai de Savinach,
thy will be done
Aikana
on earth
de Washmaya,
as it is
Op Baraha,
in heaven. Give us this day
Haulan Lachma,
our day.
de Sukanan Yamana,
We bread and forgive us our debt
Washwaklan Habena,
as we
Aikana Dafanana,
forgive our debtors,
Shwakenel Hayabena,
and leave us not
Ulatalan,
in temptation,
El Nisyona,
but deliver us
Erapasan,
from error.
Min Bisha,
For thine is the kingdom
Vital de Laki Malkuta,
and the power
O Haila Utish Bokta,
and the glory forever.
La Alam Almin, Amen. These words were given to us by our great way shower, Jesus the Christ, reminding us that we are meant to experience heaven on earth. And so it is. I would like to give a little thank you to my friends, Aleve, for helping me out this morning. Thank you, Angelina, for sharing them with us. Don't use them very often, but needed it. So today's message is getting high on God, which is going to be
I'm first going to stop to talk about the elephant in the room, though.
What is it?
It's this jacket.
Oh,
It's a little bright and colorful and bold, but we are getting high on God today.
We are
But he does have pants that match it, but I said, no, please, not today.
yeah, well, the deal is when I saw this pattern on Amazon, it made me feel high. And I'm sure you all have experiences like that. Smells or nature or colors or something that lifts your spirits and makes you feel high. So we're going to be talking about lots of different things that do that. But this pattern sort of describes me. Structured chaos. That's my life. Structured chaos. And so this really helps out. Yeah, she thought the pants and the jacket might be a little too much.
Too much.
But anyway, so yeah, we're going to be talking about that. But you know what? Let's talk about the number one most favorite way, I believe, to get high on God. And that is by taking the second vitamin C, which is called Vitamin Connect. We got deficient. We got a version of emotional scurvy in the world for 3 years because we were all depleted of Vitamin Connect. And that is a sign that we need it, okay? Mental health challenges went way up. We need it. We need connection. We need that second vitamin C. We need to be around people that uplift us. We need to be around people that get us. So are we streaming today? Is that what's happening? We want you wonderful streaming people to know we're so grateful that you're here. We also want you to know that there is something happening in this building that you can't get where you are. So please come join us in this building because there is a high here. We walked in here, and from the minute we showed up, everybody has been filling us with happy drugs.
Yes.
Through their joy, through their support. Either they're remembering us from before or they're excited that we're here. And that is a way to get high. I used to be a YOU sponsor for about 5 or 6 years. YOU is the Youth of Unity, 14 to 18-year-olds. And I'd go to these rallies, and I would be literally floating after a few days with 150 teens and some other sponsors and practicing unity principles in a safe environment for a weekend. And I said to myself, this is what people are looking for with drugs and alcohol. And I'm not putting down anything that you use to make you feel better. But what I'm saying is there is so many highs, so many natural highs out there. When we crave a high, a lot of times because we're not getting it through the natural way that we can get it. Okay, and again, one of the ways is getting high with people. So I wrote this song. It's a call and response. It's called I Get High on YOU. And YOU can stand for Youth of Unity, but it can also stand for you. And I don't know about you, but I love the high of being around wonderful people. And just so you know, being around people that don't get you and don't accept you and make you wrong, it's the opposite. It's a buzzkill. So limit your time with those folks. You know, there's a lot of different names for these different kinds of natural highs. Dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, but we're just going to call them all happy drugs. Okay? And Angelina and I are actually happy drug dealers. Now, I don't know if you know, but where you pause is very important. If I had said happy drug dealers, it would have a whole different response. Happy drug dealers. So our job is to bring these happy drugs and remind people that they're around. And that's what we're going to do today is talk a lot about that. So this song is called I Get High on YOU, and we will hope that you will respond by repeating after me. I get high on YOU.
I get high on YOU.
I get high on YOU. I get high on YOU.
I get high on YOU.
I get high on YOU.
I get high on YOU.
I don't need a train.
Don't need a train.
I don't need a ship.
Don't need a ship.
I don't need a plane
Don't need a plane
to take this trip.
to take this trip.
I don't need a drug.
Don't need a drug.
I don't need a brew.
Don't need a brew.
'Cause I get high
'Cause I get high
on YOU.
on YOU.
I get high 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 on YOU.
Your little girl
Your little girl
and your little boy
and your little boy
needs to come out
needs to come out
and feel the joy.
feel the joy.
I see you
I
as
see you as
young and wild.
young and wild.
'Cause in God's eyes,
In God's eyes,
you're still a child.
you're still a child.
I get high on YOU.
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 Follow us and you'll get high too.
Follow us and you get high too.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. So I think Angelina has a Father's Day thing she wants to share with you that she found a few years ago. And we've been saying this every Father's Day since.
Right. Will you play flute behind it?
I will play flute behind it.
Okay, what makes a dad? God took the strength of a mountain, the majesty of a tree, the warmth of a summer sun, the calm of a quiet sea, the generous soul of nature, the comforting arm of night, the wisdom of the ages, the power of the eagle's flight, the joy of a morning in spring, the faith of a mustard seed, the patience of eternity, the depth of a family need. Then God combined these qualities when there was nothing more to add. He knew his masterpiece was complete, and so he called it Dad.
So both of our dads are floating off in space somewhere at the time. Mine left many, many years ago, and hers went home, I guess, in 2020. And so sometimes we feel them even more powerfully when they're not physically in our life, because then we're opening to more of these expressions from them and reminding us and guiding us. To me, the father principle is very much about guidance, guiding me to make wise choices. And I don't always listen. Does anybody always listen? I don't know about you, but the older I get, the smarter my dad was. This is true. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about animals. You're a big animal person. You get high on animals.
I love animals. And so they did a study with dogs, and I believe this is true for cats too. So what they did is, you know how humans feel really joyous when they get that chemical in the brain, oxytocin, right? That's the feeling of love and joy and bliss. Well, they did that study with dogs. And so they found through the study, when you pet a dog and you stop, he nudges for more, right? Kind of like, dogs, you're loving him, petting him, and then you stop, and he wants more because he's getting that oxytocin in the brain. And so I believe cats do that too. So, those kind of chemicals in the brain are really good to keep us high on God.
Our cat will definitely, if I'm petting our cat and I stop, our cat starts clawing at me. What the heck is wrong with you? I didn't tell you could stop. Right. It's amazing. So, so animals can do that. There are so many wonderful things. Watching things that you enjoy in entertainment, either movies or TV shows or whatever.
The live shows.
Do we have, and live shows, do we have any Ted Lasso fans out there in the audience? Any? No Ted Lasso. Anyway, it's just a TV show. We're not promoting it, but that's our favorite TV show in the world. It's on Apple TV. And every time we watch it, we feel good. I have a category that fits our style of entertainment that I created. It's called Delightfully Deep Dramedy. So I want delight, I want depth, I want drama, and I want comedy. And there are a few movies out there that have all that. One of our favorite movies that came out last year, actually,
This year.
it was this year. It's called A Man Called Otto. Has anybody seen that yet? That is a delightfully deep dramedy. So when it came out, we went to the theater and watched it in Myrtle Beach. We were at the Unity Church of Myrtle Beach that morning. And then that afternoon, we went and saw the movie. And when we came out, everybody was standing up looking in the sky, and there was this little white ball in the sky moving very slowly. And then all of a sudden, these jets started flying around it and shot it down. It was the Chinese spy balloon. We had just seen Otto, and then we got to see that. That was exciting. Shot it down. There was nobody on board when we saw it. But movies like that make you feel good, and they play onto your own sense of well-being. So when things happen in those movies like that, and you see somebody going through a challenge and you see them being uplifted, that can raise your vibration. That can give you those happy drugs as well, and that can help you more to be high on life.
I think gratitude's another way to get high. So 'cause
Vicki and I were talking about gratitude today, how she uses it when she needs a little buzz.
So we like to wake up in the morning and just say 3 things we're grateful for. That just starts off the day well. And Armand loves to do gratitude lists. So we'll be driving. He goes, got to do a gratitude list, got to do a gratitude list. And I often wondered why that was so important to him. And then I found when he's feeling a little low energy and not so joyous, doing a gratitude list puts that joy back in your brain and your whole self and everything. So they can be important at times where we're not feeling so high to go to gratitude.
In 12-step work, they have a saying, fake it till you make it. And to me, when you're not feeling grateful, fake it till you make it. Think of some stuff, even though it's not going to come natural. Bless you.
But what's fun is, for some reason, I saved the notepads that have the gratitude list. So it's fun to, years later, find it and read it and go, oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Well, I want to say how grateful I am that when I was taken to my knees this morning at 8:30 a.m., that guidance and spirits and angels came into where I can be here today with you and walking and not, because I wasn't sure when that was happening if I was going to be able to do this today. And this is fine, thanks to all the spirits and angels. So I'll do a Ted Lasso thing for you here. Do you all believe in angels?
Yes.
Do you believe in angels?
I believe in angels. Yeah. Do you believe in angels?
I do, but I think it's more important that they believe in themselves. So you see, you're laughing at a spiritual thing that's fun, and that's our favorite kind of movies. And I don't know how much you laughed during A Man Called Otto, but we were constantly laughing at that movie. And it was serious. It was a serious subject. I mean, life can be very serious.
And he was very grumpy.
He was very grumpy. Life can be very serious, and that's where these unity principles come in. When we start to lose our natural high, these unity principles come in to help us get more high. I am thrilled about the tools that I received in Unity. I showed up in Unity in 1984, all because one of my friends says, you don't have any kind of a church you go to. I said, I don't do church anymore. I'm done. I'm done with all that, prejudice and righteousness and holier than thou stuff. I don't want any of that. And he said, yeah, but this is a church for people that don't like church. I said, well, I'll try it. And I was hooked. I never thought I'd be doing it for a living, but I was hooked in 1984, and I started learning tools. And one of the first ones I learned, which is our go-to all the time, it's like one of those tools that has like a screwdriver, a saw, like a Swiss Army knife, about 20. To me, this is like the Swiss Army knife of spiritual principles. Everything's in divine order. That will help you through situations that don't feel good, okay? That particular one. But there's a whole bunch of them. We sang one today, everything will be okay in the end. Eckhart Tolle says this too shall pass. Anybody ever use that one? Something's going on in your life that you're not really thrilled about? This too shall pass. Another one that I heard that really raises me up is there's no such thing as rejection, just God pointing us in another direction. And you can start looking for that other direction while you don't understand.
Right. And so we always say this, that we don't want to deny those feelings of sadness, anger, and all that. So we want to feel that and process that, but it's how quickly we can move out of it and use those tools that get us back to that feeling great.
As we say, you can visit despair, just don't buy property there. And so many people do it because thank you. So there's so many wonderful ways we can move beyond it. Now, one of the things that bugs me a little bit, like a pet peeve I have, is when people use the pulpit for self-promotion. I'd like to read something from my book I wrote. Since we were last here, it feels like we were here in 2019, but I'm not sure that's true. They say whatever you think, add 3 years to it. So it may have been 2016 the last time we were here. And in the meantime, I wrote a book. Anyway, this is one little paragraph or page from the book. It's called Faith in the System. Everything will be okay as soon as you are okay with everything. And that's the only time everything will be okay. And that doesn't mean you're okay with all the circumstances, okay? It just means you're okay trusting in divine order. That was written by Michael Singer, the Untethered Soul author that lives in Gainesville, Florida. Faith, F-A-I-T-H, has been said to stand for feeling all right in the heart. F-A-I-T-H, feeling all right in the heart. It doesn't mean we always understand everything. It doesn't mean we don't get confused. It just means that we trust, as John Lennon said, everything will be okay in the end. Being confused is okay, thank God. Anybody ever confused? Thinking that there is something wrong with us for being confused, that's the problem. As Byron Katie says, any Byron Katie fans out there? As Byron Katie says, how do you know if something happened the way it's supposed to happen? If it happened, yes. Now, that is very, very simple, but it's not easy. Simple is often not easy. Oh, I feel that. Hello, friend. I'm going to have a whole new empathy for people that deal with back pain. One of my best friends growing up in Louisiana has struggled and has had to learn how to manage it and has to use medicine and all kinds of other stuff just to get through the day. And I'm going to have to call him up and say, bro, I feel you, dog. Okay, so let's see. What else?
Well, nature, being in nature and grounding, we live in a cement world where our feet are in cement, in shoes. And they say by taking your shoes off and getting your feet in the grass and the dirt and the sand actually is really good for our cells and everything. So, it is true, too. If you
walking in the forest, watching
forest.
a sunset. Have you noticed how one of the most boring things on the planet, I won't even say boring, one of the most mundane things on the planet is a sunrise and a sunset. They happen every day. You can count on them. And yet, they are far from boring, okay? Right. Finding the extraordinary in the ordinary. Why do we go? I think that we like sunsets and sunsets. It's not like they're not going to happen. They're going to happen.
I think I like sunsets a little bit better.
I think I like I know why you like sunsets, because you're not up at sunrise. Whenever we go to the beach, like we go to Biloxi Beach sometimes when we're here, and I'm out on the beach at 5:30, 6 a.m. She's not. So she likes the sunsets better. But there are so many wonderful things in nature. Years ago, I moved in with Angelina in 2001. Temporarily, till I could get my own place. I'm still there. And she had a wonderful home, and she said, you're in an apartment, but I lived by the beach. I lived in Fort Pierce, Florida, right near the Atlantic Ocean, and I just loved it. So I said, well, I'm going to move in with her because I'm crazy about her, but eventually I'm going to get a place out back on the beach. That never happened. So there was a part of me that was missing being on the beach. And she says to me one day, she says, Armand, we're going to build a beach in our backyard. So we bought 4,000 pounds of play sand, bought those cheesy little plastic beach Adirondack chairs. We already had a little above ground pool that we love. And we bought little knickknacks and things like this from all around, especially in places like this. A lot of the stores that you go to in a coastal town like this will have cute little metallic art for your beach stuff. And we built a beach in our backyard. And all of a sudden, I knew at any time I could go out and get the high that I get. I don't have an ocean. We'll work on that later. But can you build me that? But we got a beach in the backyard. And sometimes we both get up and just say, let's go take our shoes off and walk in the sand. And it's only like 16 by 16 across, but it's enough to feel like we can get that high from the beach. And this is not just in our heads. These are actual chemicals that happen in the body when you're being around people that you love being around, petting animals, being entertained by something that moves you, especially if it makes you laugh.
And be creative, right? Creativity stimulates that joy. And so like building a beach for us was creating a space that would feel good to us. And so we had friends that came and they went home and they wanted to do like rock climbing. So they built a rock climbing wall in their house, in the basement in their house.
Right, this man and his daughter had a 2-story wall that was connected to their house, and he had a team come in there for he and his daughter because they both loved to rock climb, and they put all the little things in there and the ropes and all the things that you need to do that. So they had that in their house. There's so many things, and addictions often happen because we're not getting the natural highs, and so we're seeking them elsewhere, and then it takes more and more and more and more and more. There's so much abundance of things. Meditation, let me tell you, they have proven for millennia that meditation not only feels good, but it actually produces dopamine in your brain. You get free happy drugs every time you meditate. Have you ever noticed sometimes a few deep breaths and quieting the mind is all it can take to get you out of feeling like you're starting to spiral out of control to all of a sudden getting high. So my song that helps me get back high is, of course, the principle of everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Angelina's 3 words that she uses all the time when she doesn't feel like things are going the way she wants them to are all is well. And so she wrote a song called All Is Well that she will share with you now. And that will be the end of the message part of the service. We'll go into our offering. By the way, I think it said on the board that the flute class is at 1, but I got a feeling that by the time we're done here at 11:30 or so and we eat, it'll be closer to 12:30. So I'm going to recommend that we all get out of here earlier by coming in a little earlier. If somebody does come in at 1 because it was advertised that way, we will catch them up. Okay, but we are delighted to be able to teach the flute with y'all today. So this is called All Is Well, featuring the most amazing person I've ever met. Oh, hello, friend. That was exciting. No sudden moves.
All is well.
Thank you. Who's feeling a little high on God today? It's a contact buzz. There you go. Thank you.
Thank you. That was beautiful and inspirational. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful.